Welcome back. We've explored 6 different money personalities so far, and we're going to talk about one that might hit closest to home for a lot of people, the money worrier. If you're a money worrier, your mind often goes to questions like, what if I don't have enough? Or what if something terrible happens and I can't handle it financially? You experience anxiety about financial security, and this worry might persist even when your actual financial situation is pretty good. Before we dive in, I want you to know that if you identify with this personality type, you're not alone, and you're not broken. Financial anxiety is incredibly common, especially in uncertain economic times, and your concerns often come from a very rational place of wanting to protect yourself and the people you love. Let's start by talking about what makes money worriers actually quite wise and well prepared, because there are some real strengths that come with this personality type. First, you're naturally excellent at emergency preparedness. While other personality types might live paycheck to paycheck or spend impulsively, you probably have a solid emergency fund because you've thought through various scenarios that could go wrong. That level of preparation gives you real financial security that many people lack. Money worriers are also typically very conservative and thoughtful about financial decisions. You don't make impulsive purchases or take unnecessary risks with money you can't afford to lose. This careful approach protects you from many of the financial mistakes that get other people into trouble. You're often highly motivated to learn about financial planning too. Because you want to feel more secure, you're willing to read books, take courses, research investment options, and really understand your financial situation. That knowledge serves you well over time. And here's something that's genuinely valuable. You tend to have strong emergency funds and low levels of consumer debt. When unexpected expenses come up, you're prepared. When your friends are stressed about car repairs or medical bills, you have the resources to handle these situations without panic. But let's also be honest about where financial worry can become counterproductive and actually interfere with your financial success and overall well-being. The biggest challenge for money worriers is what I call paralysis by analysis. You might spend so much time researching the perfect investment or saving strategy that you never actually invest or save. Meanwhile, time is passing, and the most important factor in building wealth, time in the market, is being wasted while you search for certainty that doesn't exist. Many money worriers also tend to be overly conservative with their investments. You might keep all your money in savings accounts earning 1 or 2% interest because the stock market feels too risky, even though inflation is slowly eroding your purchasing power over time. There's also what I call the moving goalpost problem. You might think, I'll feel secure when I have $10,000 saved, but when you reach that goal, suddenly you need $20,000 to feel safe, then $50,000. The amount you think you need to feel secure keeps growing, but the feeling of security never actually arrives. Some money worriers also sacrifice too much present happiness for uncertain future security. You might avoid vacations, experiences with family and friends, or investments in your personal growth because you're so focused on saving for potential future problems. And finally, money worry can create relationship stress. Your anxiety about finances might affect your partner, your family, or your friends. You might be the person who always wants to choose the cheapest restaurant, or who gets stressed when others spend money in ways that seem careless to you. Let's see if this personality resonates with you. I want you to answer these 5 questions honestly, and please be kind to yourself as you think through them. Question number 1. Do you worry about money even when you have enough saved? 2. Do you often imagine worst-case financial scenarios? 3. Have you ever avoided investing because you were afraid of losing money? 4. Do you check your accounts obsessively when markets are volatile? And 5. Do money worries sometimes keep you up at night? If you answered yes to 3 or more of these questions, you likely have strong money worrier tendencies, and I want you to know that your concerns come from a good place. You want to be responsible and prepared. The goal isn't to stop caring about financial security, it's to find a healthy balance between preparation and peace of mind. So let's talk about strategies that help money worriers feel more secure while also building wealth effectively and maintaining their quality of life. First, and this is really important, create specific plans for scenarios you worry about. Instead of having vague anxiety about what if something bad happens, write down the actual situations you're concerned about and make concrete plans for each one. For example, if you're worried about a job loss, calculate exactly how much you need in emergency savings to cover 6 months of expenses. Then work towards that specific goal. If you're concerned about medical emergencies, research what your health insurance actually covers and what your maximum out-of-pocket cost would be. When you have specific plans for specific scenarios, your brain can stop spinning in circles trying to prepare for every possible problem. Here's another crucial strategy. Define your enough numbers and write them down. How much do you need in emergency savings to feel secure? How much do you need for retirement? What does financial independence look like for you in concrete numbers? Once you hit these numbers, you have to honor them. If you said you'd feel secure with $20,000 in emergency savings, then when you reach $20,000, you need to redirect additional money to other goals like investing or enjoying life. I also want you to try what I call gradual risk exposure for investing. If the stock market feels too scary, start with just a small amount, maybe $50 or $100 per month, in a very conservative investment like a target date fund or a balanced index fund. Watch how it performs over several months. You'll see that yes, it goes up and down, but over time the general trend is upwards. And as you get more comfortable, you can gradually increase the amount you're investing. The key is starting small enough that even if you lost the entire amount, it wouldn't significantly impact your financial security. This lets you learn about investing without triggering your anxiety. Here's another strategy that works well for money worriers. Schedule regular financial checkups instead of constant monitoring. Maybe once a month you review all your accounts and check your progress towards goals, and then make any necessary adjustments. But outside of that monthly review, try to avoid checking your accounts daily or weekly. Constant monitoring just feeds anxiety without providing any real benefit. I also strongly recommend developing some mindfulness practices specifically for financial anxiety. When you notice your mind spiraling into worst-case scenarios, try this. Acknowledge the worry, take 3 deep breaths, and then ask yourself, what can I actually do about this today? If there's a concrete action you can take, like increasing your emergency fund contribution or researching insurance options, do it. If there's nothing you can do today, try to let the worry go until your next scheduled financial review. Let me recommend some specific tools that work really well for money worriers. For scenario planning and feeling more prepared, try financial planning calculators that let you model different situations. You can see exactly how various life events would affect your finances, which often makes them feel less scary. For managing investment anxiety, consider apps that focus on simple, stable options, like target date funds. These automatically adjust your risk level as you get older, so you don't have to make complicated decisions about asset allocation. And for anxiety management in general, consider meditation apps that have specific content for financial stress. Learning to manage anxiety in general will help you make better financial decisions and enjoy your life more. Here's what I want you to remember. Your desire to be financially prepared comes from wisdom and love. You want to protect yourself and your family from financial hardship. That's admirable and important. But security isn't just about having money in the bank. Real security comes from having reasonable preparations in place and then trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Start by defining your enough numbers for emergency savings and write them down. Then create a simple investment plan that feels manageable, even if it's just $50 per month to start. Most importantly, set boundaries around your financial worry. Give yourself permission to check your accounts once a month. Worry about money for one specific hour per week or research financial topics for a limited amount of time. Your anxiety comes from caring, but caring doesn't require constant worry. You're already doing many things right. You're prepared, you're thoughtful, and you're motivated to build financial security. Now let's make sure that your preparation serves your peace of mind rather than stealing it. In our next module, our final personality type, we're going to explore the money monk. These are people who have complicated feelings about wealth and might believe that wanting money is somehow morally wrong. Even if that doesn't describe you, you'll learn some valuable insights about the relationship between money and values. I'll see you there.